And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there for the Patriots. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
They run with Harris. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They hand this off to Harris. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Brady now to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Open space inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Giants nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Stafford's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan,
all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action. Now Brady. And caught by Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. He will push his way down to about the 14. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Second and 8 coming up. Throwing now is Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Brewer. Touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
It's 14, Giants nothing. Jake
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, good move. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Bound to lose one.
Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They run the counter. Harris. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now Brady. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On play action, it's Brady. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now Saquon Barkley, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 36.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. To the air again, Stafford. That's caught by Galladay. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Giants! Ian Thomas, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much, because as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Come on now.
So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up, make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up, maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And Ingram hauls it in. Powers past him at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Stafford on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Pats are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw into the hands of Henry here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Brady. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Brady now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Right there, 54, right there.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here taken in by Ingram. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Stafford looks to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 41. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Brady. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Ross on the return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. That's complete to John Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll just get rid of it. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford, throw left side, complete to Ross. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Pats are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Got some room at the 30. Always got some breathing room. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
113 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Brady going to look to throw.
This will be caught. Judy.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Jerry Judy
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Patriots are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
The point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Stafford's throw there into the hands of Ross.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those